Welcome to Explore English Churches with Steve, and today we are at All Saints Church in the village of Harringdon, or Great Harringdon, and as you can probably hear, we are beside a rather large main road, so if there's any noise on the video then I apologise. I always say that you never know what you're going to find when you come to one of these fabulous parish churches, and today is no exception because we have here a wonderful doom painting, medieval doom painting. I believe it's possibly one of the largest in the country. Plus also another interesting story from this church is a Hawaiian princess, can you believe? So here we are in this small parish church in Bedfordshire, and we have two wonderful stories and one obviously from the other side of the world. So I tried to include that in the video. It was Princess Kaluna, I believe, from Hawaii. And if I pan the camera around, I may be able to show you. Here we have Harringdon Hall, which used to be a school for girls, and this is where Princess Kaluna of Hawaii actually attended. It's now currently a golf course, course and golf club, but back in the day it was actually a school for girls, and this Hawaiian princess used to come and worship at this little church. This is yet another fabulous English parish church, and we're going to have a wander around the outside first, because I think the stonework on this church is also very interesting. We are right on the edge of Bedfordshire and Bedfordshire and Northamptonshire. Sorry about that. And this is the oldest part of the church itself. Now, it's quite interesting. There's a little doorway down here where they have a tap in there now. Heaven knows what that was for originally. And we have some various markings here on the wall. I'm sorry about the noise, but we are very close to a main road, as I said earlier. Let's pop around this side and have a look. We've got the ivy growing up the wall. It's a very interesting church, this. I have been here before, however I haven't been able to film the inside, and I'm just waiting for a young lady called Jan to turn up with the key, and I hope she does. So without further ado, we're going to go in and we're going to take a wander round and see what we find. As I say, I do know that there's a wonderful doom painting in here. If I can get this door open, and we're going to have a look around. Also, what we have in this church is a rather nice rood screen, and we will take a look, and then we will take actually a walk down towards the rood screen. That's okay, guys, that's me falling up a step this time rather than down. If you look up there, you will actually see this doom painting, which we will try and get a better view of. So let's take a walk down the church. And have a look at this wonderful rood screen. This wonderful rood screen actually dates from about the 1400s. The wood is, some of the wood has actually changed colour, but it is all original, apart from the panels that I mentioned earlier. And it is rather nice, and to find an original 14th century rood screen is, well, a little gem, as I say. It's absolutely super. This is a very well used church, as you can see from all the tables and chairs that have been set up. And it is, most unusually, a very warm church. Because as you know, most of the churches we go in are rather cold, damp and musty. But this one certainly is not. And these are the last remnants of the medieval stained glass. What a shame. And according to my information, it costs the church a fortune to actually have these reinstalled when found. We have a little door here, and we can have a little look in. Ooh, here we go. Now, as I understand, because this is the oldest part of the church, I believe, and as I understand, somewhere underneath all this rubbish, all pots and pans, there was a bone hole, which apparently, when the church was being restored and some renovation work done back in the 70s, there were bones it found in the hole, and they were actually interned. But what a cracking door. What a wonderful archway. Here we have a triple sedilia, and in the corner we have an original piscina. As I say, I don't know what all the cans of gas look like gas. Don't know what they're there for. As I say, this church is an exceptionally well used church, and on the wall here, if I come round, we have all the commandments, which is always nice to see. Always nice to see all of those, and that's in remarkably good condition. Another interesting thing about this church, it's actually on what they call the Wendell Walk, which is a local walk in Northamptonshire. Northamptonshire, yeah, I believe that's correct. And people from all over the world come to do the Wendell Walk. And here, I was actually here on the day that the Wendell Walk was actually taking place. And all the people from all over England, Scotland, Wales, they come and do the Wendell Walk. Plus also, they had visitors from all over the world: Australia, South Africa, Brazil. 3 people came from the United States, and it's a walk that goes around the churches and the town. So that's really interesting. We also have a beast of an organ in here, and to the right of the organ, can you believe, we have another painting, another wall painting, and it seems to depict the walls of a city. Now, I don't know what date that is, what that dates back to. Whether it's linked to the Doom painting, I would be, well, somewhat surprised. I don't know, sorry about that, that's better. Yes, I don't know how well that comes out on the camera. Yeah, if you can make that out. They have a wonderful old book here that dates back to 1734. And it actually says that though strictly not a Bible, it's a good example of the use of the King James text for Sunday reading. It also has a prayer about the gunpowder plot, which is rather weird. But yes, very, very interesting indeed. All in Old English, very difficult to read. We also have this wonderful chest here, which would have kept the rector's robes and any paperwork for the church, and that actually dates back to 1684, and the condition of it is remarkable. It has 2 massive locks on it. What the WB stands for, I'm not too sure. Maybe someone knows, maybe they can tell me, but that's in remarkable condition. And over here in the corner we have the old clock workings, and these, I believe, date back to about the 1600s. Well, looks like it got a bit of woodworm. That's probably the reason why it was taken down, and something a little bit more modern put in its place. Here's the wonderful font. You can see that the church has 4 large arches, and It's obviously been restored over the years, but there's lots of interesting things in this church. And if you're ever around this area, I highly recommend you come and visit it. There's a lovely little stained glass here. It's a wonderful church. We have an archway up there. What we're going to do, let's take a peek. That obviously leads to the tower. Let's have a little look inside. We always like to have a little look, don't we? Well, here we are, people. Yes. And what I have just noticed, look at this lovely old ladder going up to the bell tower. What I have just noticed is this church has a mouse, but it's not the type of mouse that you would expect, and I'm just about to show you. So if I turn around, down here, the carpenter actually carved a little mouse. So how cute is that? Okay. So that's the chap that carved this, or made this door and carved the little mouse in. How cool. We also have the workings over there, which we shall take a look at, of the old clock, I believe. It's also believed that Henry VIII would have actually visited this church when he was staying at Harrington Hall, which is just across the way. Whether he actually did or not, I do not know, but that is what the local story is, that he did. As I say, it is an absolute wonderful church. We do have hatchments on the wall, as usual. It is a wonderful church. Oops, falling down the steps again. I do hope you've liked the tour of this church. As I say, if you're in the area, well worth a visit, and the church is very well used. I do hope you like the video. Please like, subscribe, and watch many more of my other videos. I'm a bit tongue-tied today. It's getting a bit late in the day for me. I've been out and about exploring churches, and I'm getting a bit tired, so I apologise for that. But I do hope you've enjoyed this tour, and again, another massive thank you to Jan for turning up with the key. Thank you so much. Bye.